Hello boyos, Rich Boy J here back again with another video. Today we are going to be obviously continuing the UCS Slave one. I got my Boba Fett version right here, and if you guys didn't tune in yesterday, this is the Jango Fett version that I was working on. So I'm really liking the way it came out. I didn't realize this on the stream yesterday, but one of the sellers that I got my parts from, they sent me this in dark gray instead of dark blue. So this is actually supposed to be dark blue all the way around there. I contacted them. Hopefully that'll get resolved soon and they can send me... I think actually this morning they said they shipped out the correct part. So hopefully I can continue building and then I can just replace it whenever it's done. Hopefully that's not going to be too difficult. But yeah, this is looking pretty cool, guys. What do you think about it? Can't wait to have both of them just kind of sitting right next to each other. So who we got in the house? We got BB Bricks, got Drink Tea, of course. What's up, man? Got It's Me Minecraft. We got CO Clone Commander. We got Nor Lego. What's going on? Eggy Egghead. We got Solid Rex Bricks. What's going on? I think got John Cena as well as a Brick Wiz in the house. So what's up to you guys as well? What's going on, Vision Bricks? Says Drainer, I guess that's your name. Says, are you using the same instructions as the Slave 1? Yes, I am. I'm just using the same instructions, and I have on my computer pulled up an LDD file and some pictures to like make sure the color swap works well. So, yeah, I'd say probably a little bit over halfway through, and I am super excited to get this thing finished up. So without further ado, let's jump right into this thing. Norlego says, obligatory question for me, do you like Lord of the Rings? I've actually never seen Lord of the Rings, so I cannot have an opinion on it right now. I'll be sure to check my Instagram once the stream's over. BB Bricks. I'll look at your message. I don't want you to Obi-Wan me and message me like I was beginning to wonder whether you got my message. Have you talked about the Shazam, Aquaman, or Titans trailers in the stream yet? I have not talked about any of those, and I have not seen any of those. So I don't think I have much to say about them. I imagine you'd probably be playing Minecraft, right? It's me. Have I ever gotten sand in my teeth? Thankfully, no. Thankfully, no. Jay, do you have any tips for building up a big clone army? As someone who has not yet built up a big clone army, I mean, I think I have a decently sized First Order army, but as far as clones are a little bit tricky nowadays. Personally, I would say just go with the new battle pack that recently came out. Did I build that right? Yeah, I would go with that most recent Clone and Jedi battle pack, just because they're the most updated versions of the clones. If you're going to invest a lot of money into clones, I think that would be the way to go. And just see how many of those you can pick up. I imagine those clones, honestly, at this point might be cheaper to just buy them like off of Bricklink than to buy the entire battle pack, especially since you don't want duplicates of the Jedi in it. So, yeah, I'd say look into Bricklink. Sometimes eBay sellers can have, like, ridiculous quantities of figures, and specifically clones. So, I would just, like, check all your resources and see what'll work the best. Jay, what do you think of the new $15 for battle packs? So, battle packs have been $15 for quite some time at this point. It's kind of annoying. Like, it was nice when they were $12, but the quality of figures has increased. So, I don't know. I thought $12 was a good, happy place. So, I'm not like, super thrilled about it, but it hasn't quite yet gotten to the point where, like, I think it's too expensive for what we get in the battle packs. Vector just says, make a Clone Wars mock. Here's a question. I'll humor you guys. If I were to make a Clone Wars mock, what would you want to see me build? No, I do not listen to Taylor Swift. CL Clone Commander, yes, I'll be able to do tomorrow night. I'm not sure if Garrett will be there. I need to run it by him. Make a flex tape mansion. It's a lot of tape. Rogue Webble says Kashyyyk. I think I'd have a blast doing Kashyyyk. That'd be really fun. I built like a giant Venator to go behind it too. Captain Lego Star Wars says Coruscant. So do you mean like the battle above Coruscant? Like a space battle? BB Brick says they're doing a Camino. Rich Yang Mansion. That's like my next life goal, dog. General Hux says built the clone base on the Death Star. An Underworld Coruscant mock. Huh. I mean, I guess technically that would be during the Clone Wars era, but I wouldn't consider a Coruscant, like an Underworld Coruscant mock, to be a Clone Wars mock, if that's fair to say. Build a clone resistance against the Empire. I don't know if I'd do so well with stuff like that. I don't know. I would lose interest in building something that, like, I didn't see happen somewhere, you know? What do I think of the new Star Wars Land section at Disney World? I am super excited about that. Loudmouth says, hashtag Babe Fortuna, only real G's remember that stream. Shout out to Babe Fortuna. Yeah, that's true, Hux. Last thing I'd want to do is copy another Lego YouTuber and what they build. I'm glad you like this model, BB Bricks. Should build a Battle of Maigito. That would be awesome. That would be cool. I think we discussed yesterday on the stream that the only issue with that and Clone Wars mocks in general is the figures. Like, there are no Galactic Marines, so that would be an issue. Battle of Jabin. What is that? Ryan, would you call me out if I copied your Camino mod? Is that a quick way to get brick busted? What is my opinion on CAC? They're alright. They're alright. I think my biggest problem is I think we talked about this yesterday as well, but those Phase 2 clones, like the helmet, it's just wrong. Helmet mold is so wrong. Kind of irritates me. Geez, Stanley. What do you think about a UCS Arc 170? That would be cool. I think Anyo built a pretty decent model of that. What's up, Elch? LP. No, I have not watched the Bad Batch arc today. I'm actually gonna do that today. Assault of the furry creatures on the forest planet of Kashyyyk. Am I going to finish the Slave 1 today? Yes. The question is whether or not I'll finish it on stream. So there are a few changes that I think I'm going to have to tinker around with to see like whether or not I like it in person. And I'm not sure if that's something I want to do on or off stream. So in the meantime, I have a lot of structural stuff to build, and I can just do that pretty easily. But I feel like once I start getting into like the main body exterior, I might do that off stream. Just so I can kind of focus in on it and like search for parts. Can always do an Anakin versus Younglings mock. I know Chris Productions is working on a Jedi Temple mock, and I'm very interested to see how he recreates that scene. What's up, G? Have I heard about the... what? Tatooine mock is definitely in the works. Specifically, I would do a pod race mock. So that'll happen eventually. I'm going to be getting into Brick Fair. I'm honestly not sure yet what time I'll be flying in, but sometime on Friday is when I'll be getting in. And yeah, all the cool kids are doing it. What about a Darth Vader no scene? Well, it depends which one. I'm thinking I might do a room tour at 10,000 subs. I think that might be my goal. It's gonna be you, Garrett, Chris, Ryan, David Hall there. It's crazy. All the best crossover. Yeah, if Garrett's able to make it, it would be pretty dope. I am not a part of Rebel Lug. I am in my local lug called Text Lug. I keep dropping parts on the inside of this and I have to like pick it up to dump it out of the bottom. What's up, Fritz Stick? Looks like I'm building the like chair section on the inside of this. I'm gonna have to be very careful to make sure I have enough spots for both Boba and Jango. Will the mod squad be in Vardos? There will be a mod squad in Vardos. I'm honestly thinking about, you know, since some of the people aren't really around anymore, and there are a lot more people who are around, probably more than some of them right now. Some of them I'll keep, like the ones who have stayed through, but I'm definitely thinking about, like, fostering in a new wave of mods to give more people an opportunity to be a part of the MOCs. So, yes, the mod squad will be in the MOC in some capacity, but it's going to be switched up a little bit. You do not want to see me with a gaming channel. It would literally just be like Lego Star Wars. Like that, like that's it. Maybe some Madden. Mostly Lego Star Wars. I don't know if you guys would want to see me play Lego Star Wars that much. What's up, Elite Gladiator? We got a lot of people popping in. Glad you guys are at least somewhat interested in this Slave 1 stream. Will the famous tree be in Vardos? I think it will. I think it will. I actually am planning on doing a walkthrough of the complete saga. And yes, I'm going to make the Corvus. That's actually something I'm actually going to start pretty soon. That'll be one of the first things I do for that MOC. Do you have a particular plan of the MOC? Like what building designs or what vehicles to include? Yeah, I've kind of made like a schematic, like a map of what everything, like where everything will be. That'll all be like kind of looked through whenever I do the first kind of update video on it. But I've been actually playing the game a lot, making mental maps, making actual maps for everything I want to include in it. Right now I can say that my AT-AT is going to be in it. I'm going to also include my UCS Imperial Shuttle. I'm going to build a Corvus to put in it. And I'm going to have at least 2 of Jarek's TIE Fighters. That's my plan. As well as some AT-STs. So, yeah. So when are you going to LDD the Theed Palace? Is that something I agreed to at some point? I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. Is my Stormtroopers going to have bad AI? Probably. Yeah, I think whenever I finish up the Corvus, I'll definitely put out some instructions for it. At least 50,000 parts? Holy crap. Am I supposed to be doing that? By the way, why did you destroy Crate? The short story is we just didn't really feel like having to like pack it neatly back into the truck whenever we were leaving, so we just decided to just break it, put it into boxes, and get the heck out of there. Does this mean you'll have custom Inferno Squad figures? Yes, it does. I'm looking into contacting Eclipse Graphics to handle that. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to have some custom Inferno Squad boys and girl. Says Jay, how would one get the LED thing you have for the Slave 1? Whenever I finish it up, I'll probably distribute it. I don't know if I'd sell it. Probably not. But I definitely will distribute it whenever I finish up the design for it. What about Vandor or Mimban from Solo? I like Vandor. I would consider doing a Vandor. Mimban, not so much. Okay, so sit there. Here's a question for you guys. In the Slave 1, on which side does Boba sit? Like, if the Slave 1 is facing you, does Boba sit on this side, where I have it, or is it the other way around? Someone let me know. Other side? Someone says that's right. Someone says it's accurate. Okay, who's correct? Captain Lego Star Wars says, let's watch the other movie. Okay, so, okay, I want to need someone... Does he... Okay, this is so confusing. Guys, does Boba... Someone look it up, please. It started off like all one answer, and then like it just started kind of getting mixed, and then everyone started saying the other side. Drink Tea says it's how I have it currently. So the way I have it is correct. Boba goes on this side. That's correct? Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. It's always funny asking questions because you never know, like, especially when there's a ton of people in chat, like how it's gonna go. Alright, cool. Any chance a minifigure scale Imperial Star Destroyer? No. That would be insane. Minifig scale Republic Gunship. The Lego set's probably minifig scale. I'm having to extend the like the control panel section to make it make sense for having two people there. I believe in the movie, like, it's pretty obvious there's controls in front of both of them whenever they sit at the cockpit. I wonder if in canon, like, the second seat is still there. No, I did not watch Shark Week. Or, no, I do not watch Shark Week. All right. We got the Fets chilling, guys. Maddie B. Wiz. All right. What's up, Panda Productions 54? So here's a question for the chat. What is everyone building right now? Any of you guys working on MOCs or anything like that? What you working on? Any of you guys building like right now as you're watching this? Rogue Rebels working on a Hoth MOC. I'm really sorry to hear that, Commander Creed. Oh my god, we got a lot. So, Charm City Break says he's finishing up the roof to his Templin Institute build for Brick Fair, Virginia. Do you think you're going to be have it complete before the convention? Ryan Tibbs working on Cloud City. Ryan, I would love to know a few things. Are you using like the old expensive Cloud City figures for your MOC, or how are you going about doing the figures? Do you have customs? Are you making your own purist versions? We got Forever Lego Studios working on his Hoth. What is your like release schedule? I know, did your most recent update come out on Saturday? Do you do Saturdays or is it Friday? Charm City Brick says, oh yeah, it'll be done today. That's very nice. I don't know if I've ever finished like a MOC that far ahead of a convention, so that must feel great. Art Trooper says he's doing Kashyyyk Battlefront 2. Luke Davis is working on the UCS Falcon. That's awesome, man. How far along are you? Alright, so you release Saturdays. Okay, cool. Well, now I remember that. Stanley's working on an Umbara MOC. Got the idea when I picked up 4 Z95 Headhunters for $30 each. Oh my god. That's a good price, and I'm shocked that you bought so many of them. Panda Production says, I just finished building some Coruscant-esque flying cars. That sounds pretty cool. I always like the aesthetic of like the Coruscant speeders. What have you gotten done since the last segment? Appreciate that, Thomas. Commander Creed says he did build the 2013 Republic gunship last week, and it's probably the best model of it so far. At least this version of the ship, and I love it. Yeah, dude, that 2013 gunship is just god tier. Give me. Are you talking about your Resistance X-Wings, or do you have some original trilogy ones as well? I'm talking to you, Drink Tea. Alex Benedict Cumberbund says he's working on a Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets MOC. That's pretty cool. So it's basically playing for the rim of the trench, maybe some ridges. Okay. How exciting. Alright, so I'd say, honestly, if you want, do a Dakar mock. I think that'd be kind of fun. With your Resistance X-Wings. What's up, Maxwell Richards? Jay, would you ever create a minifig scale Death Star? Yeah, I'm working on one right now. Nice stream time. Finally, I can watch it here in Sweden. Yeah, I wanted to switch it up, give the international folks an opportunity to check out the stream. Commander Creed, you must have a giant house. What Star Wars vehicle doesn't deserve a mock in your opinion? Do you mean like the vehicle is like the Lego set is so good that it doesn't need to be mocked? Or that the vehicle is just so awful in canon that no one should ever build it? If the question is if the vehicle is so awful in canon that no one should ever build it, then the easy answer to that is the Twilight. My favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 4. I'm taking The Last Jedi over The Force Awakens. Here's a question for the chat. Are there any, like, ships in Star Wars canon that you guys absolutely hate? Like, I hate the Twilight. Do you guys have strong opinions about any ships? So we got two people say that they don't like the Resistance Bomber. Charm City agrees with me on the Twilight. OW Part 2 says he hates the ski speeders. Someone says the Quad Jumper. I'm honestly shocked by the amount of people who don't like the Resistance Bomber. I think the Resistance Bomber is probably my favorite, like, new ship out of all of Star Wars. I think it's awesome, in my opinion. Brian doesn't like the Corvus. If I was in Star Wars, I would want to live in on Coruscant. It goes down on Coruscant. I'm taking Clone Wars over Rebels. The Nebulous B frigate. Dreadnought sucked. Wow. Garrett says he doesn't like the Resistance Bomber because it's just a less cool Y-Wing. I think, I don't know if I compare those two things. I think the Resistance Bomber is actually quite different than the Y-Wing. The white ball that came in the most recent Cantina set. That's my favorite ship in all of Star Wars. Yeah, Rogue Rebel, that would be a bad time to be in Coruscant. I agree. Y-Wing is more useful, though. Y-Wing is certainly faster. I think the Resistance Bomber is more well-armed, though. It has the turrets on... It has far more guns. Daniel says his favorite thing is the animals that the Gungans ride. You talking about the Kadu? The Kadu are so cute. I'm so glad Lego actually made them. I don't think the Kadu get enough respect. Corey Baxter says he doesn't care for the TIE Striker. He says, can't they just use normal TIE fighters? The impression I got was the TIE Strikers are better for atmospheric conditions, whereas we never really see TIE fighters in that kind of setting outside of the First Order on Jakku. But I can buy the argument that the First Order has made some advances in their technology, and their TIE fighters, they don't need a TIE Striker. Their TIE fighters work just as well in atmosphere. Charm City says, yeah, I would agree with you. The best ship out of TLG is the Bomber. Kylo's TIE is second. Yeah, Lego did an excellent job, I think, with both of those sets, honestly. Rogue Rebel says we need a TIE Bomber set. Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. JX is very nice, though. Here's a question for you guys. So, are you guys familiar with that Rebels episode where, I think it's Sabine and Ezra, and they go to some Imperial compound, and they jack one of the TIE bombers, and I think they're with Wedge. I think that's where they meet Wedge for the first time, and they hop in, and inside the bomber there's 3 seats. Do you guys think that that kind of changed the canon for all TIE bombers, and now by default all of them have 3 seats, or would you buy the argument that, oh, that was a special type of TIE bomber? I'm sorry I'm in front of the camera, I'm trying to grab these parts. How did you guys feel about that? Or do you think it's just another case of Dave Filoni just messing with stuff? Garrett says just Filoni being stupid. Fair enough. Honestly, don't really care for the design of the TIE Defender, so I'm not super into wanting that as a set. Disney bringing back the Clone Wars is pretty cool. Shout out to them for doing that. Yeah, the tie defender is already set. I imagine they were just asking like, would I want a re-release of it, like an updated version. So you guys can see I am like recoloring it, like the front to be more white. Has some light gray mixed in as well, but the idea is it should look a little bit newer, so that's kind of why that looks that way. We'll see how this all turns out. It says, did you ever see the Brick Customs Jango Slave 1? It's actually pretty good. It addresses some of the issues with the UCS one, even though I don't have many. Not terribly sturdy, though. No, I have not seen that. I probably stumbled across a picture of it, but I couldn't like tell you exactly what it was. Can we talk about how awful that original Boba was? Although I will say that nothing is as awful as that original Alderbito figure. Actually, I don't even know if it's the original. Someone tell me. So obviously there's the one Alderbito figure that's just like, it's just a solid mold. And then there was the other one that came in that like Pod Racer bucket set. And it was like a hodgepodge between a minifig head and like a battle droid body. So which one of those actually came first? Someone let me know. And we can roast it. Max Rebo figure is actually dope. Stop motion frames. The 4483 AT-AT is actually my favorite Lego AT-AT. So the minifig head one came first. J who? Oof. Bro, you dissing me? Jay, who built the drink tea for the crate mock? I built it, bro. Wait, what? Joshua says Lego needs to make an Imperial cargo shuttle. You mean the Zeta class? It's honestly kind of surprising they didn't make that for the Rogue One wave. Commander Creed says, when are we getting a Ben Quadraneros figure? I would love to know that. So I don't know if you watched the Freemaker series, but Quadraneros actually popped up in that. And obviously it's a Lego show. So he has a custom Lego mold for it, and it looked perfect. And I would love for them to do that because I have his pod racer, and I would love to have an actual pilot for it. I was hoping we'd get more of those odd minifigs that we've never gotten before from the Freemaker series, but it's been a while since we've even gotten a set from it, so I'll hold my breath on that. What's up, Enthert? Got Enthert in the house. We desperately need a Phase 2 Cody figure. And of course, Lego responded to this by giving us a Phase 2 Cody buildable figure. Because why not? Nico, I would like Lego to do any type of collectible figure series for Star Wars, but I think due to the way their licensing works out, I don't think they're allowed to. That's the biggest problem. But seriously though, can we get a Boss Nass figure? Ever since the Lego Star Wars game, I've wanted a Boss Nass figure. They should just make a big Boss Nass bust. That'd be great. I got my parts from Bricklink. Enthred says, yeah, it's crazy how some figs have never ever been made. 3 Cancina sets and no Pondo Baba and Dr. Evison. Yeah, that's... I don't even understand that. I can't believe we've gotten 3 Sandcrawlers and still no Aunt Beru. This is not a mock. I've color swapped it. It really isn't as simple as just replacing the green with blue. There's also a few other color changes, but generally, yeah, it's just a color swap. Rogue Rebel, it's too soon, bro. Too soon. Have some respect for the dead. Drink tea, do you really want to know that? Would you care for Lego Star Wars meme sets? Nah. There's too many actual things I would want for me to, like, agree to Lego making sets as a joke. Like, meme sets are kind of fun to discuss, but I wouldn't care for them being an actual thing. Like, I'm very utilitarian when it comes to Lego sets. Like, I want them to release useful things. If it's not useful, I don't need it. Babe Fortuna is currently in the bag with all the other, like, crate figs. So whenever we get all of that sorted out, I'd be more than happy to bring back Babe Fortuna. Dominic, I'm inclined to agree with you, actually. I guess it kind of was. Charm City, you have one of Anyo's Venators? Did you buy all the parts straight up? I know, like, it uses a ton of the magnets and levers that are super expensive, so did you end up replacing those, or how'd you do that? I was looking into building one of those at one point, but those magnets and levers can get quite pricey. Appreciate that, Brick Wiz. No, I have all the magnets. When I started collecting parts, they weren't that bad. Now they are gold. Okay, gotcha. I have not seen Doctor Who. Corey Baxter, I have a question, though. I just want to know, how are the boys doing? Here's a question for you guys. If LEGO were to make another UCS Death Star, let's say like 20 years from now, would you guys want them to do like the same type of playset style one, just maybe like update it, use newer pieces, make the design better? Or would you rather have it like just be an exterior akin to the Death Star 2 that they released? You can't have both. You can't have an exterior and an interior. If you had to pick one, which one would you pick? I feel kind of inclined to go with the exterior one. Just because that original Death Star 2 looks so cool. Like, I feel like if they make that bigger with, you know, more newer pieces for rebuilding, it could look really nice. Amanda Cree says, playset or else it'd be a big gray ball. The thing about the playset for me is, I feel like, so long as it's kind of reduced to being that circle shape, you're not going to be able to get the most out of it being a, just, you know, kind of like reduced to the small rooms. I would honestly rather them, if they did want it to do like the actual rooms from the Death Star, just make it like square and make them like modular rooms that you can like, so you can, you know, set more of a scene. It's not just reduced to being, you know, shoved into like a quarter of a circle or the whatever area they decide to give it. What's up, collecting bricks? UCS trash compactor. That would actually be cool. Just a big box with like random debris in the bottom. I wouldn't mind it. All right, see you, Charm City, man. Can't wait to see you at Brick Fair, Virginia. What's up, X-Clone Studios? Garrett, that's not nice. We already talked about this. UCS Supremacy would be awesome. It would be nice to... I like the Supremacy so much just because it's so different than what we've seen in the movies when it comes to Star Destroyers. And only that it's just like, it's wider than it is long. And I don't know, I thought that was cool that they decided to design it that way. I think it'd make an excellent Lego set. Says, what do you like more, the 75192 Millennium Falcon or the 10,030 UCS Star Destroyer? Personally, Star Destroyer for me. But I think objectively I'd say that the Falcon is a better set. It's newer, uses newer pieces. But when it comes to just my personal preference, though, I'm going with that destroyer, Star Destroyer. I would want a UCS Turbo Tank if for no other reason than for them to make it somewhat close to minifig scale and have a better interior than the playsets have. ARC 170, I don't know if I'd want that so much just because I think the ship's really cool and I would want to be able to use it with minifigs. The biggest thing that disappointed me about Snoke's Throne Room set is the fact that it only comes with one variant of the Praetorian Guard. I would have to remove like 100 pieces from the set just so I can get even just one more variant, if not both other variants. And yeah, these parts are actually green on Jango's Slave 1. I think I mentioned yesterday that there's like a surprising amount of green on Jango's Slave 1. See, Commander Creed, I agree with you, but my point is like, if they're gonna do a battle pack anyways, then like, why even make the set? Like, there's the only new figures in that set are the Praetorian Guards. Every other figure is the exact same out of something else that we've gotten. So like, if you're gonna do the Praetorian Guard battle pack, just like, why waste your time with that set, you know? Unless you're gonna do more and give us like, you know, a new like face printing for Rey or Kylo or even Snoke. Let's see. Forever Lego Studio says, in my opinion, I would actually rather have a different battle pack than a Praetorian Guard one. I would love a Praetorian Guard battle pack. I thought that they were one of the best parts of The Last Jedi, and I would really appreciate if we got more of them. Elite Gladiator, why do you dislike the Snoke figure so much? What's up, Real Lego Man Productions? Yeah, 501st Battle Pack would be great. I don't know if I'd want them to put them... I mean, to preface this, I'm going to say that that list that was released is, I would say, 98% fake. I'm pretty convinced it's a wish list. I don't think it's real. I don't think LEGO's putting out a 501st Battle Pack with 4 named clones. But I would actually kind of be annoyed by that. I would rather them maybe do 2 named clones and then 2 generic 501st troopers just to, you know, make it easier to army build. Enter says, so do all the needed parts come in dark blue, or you had to improvise a little? I'd improvise with a few things. So the first one is these parts right here. They did not come in dark blue, so I had to get them in dark gray. There was one other thing. This part right here, I would have needed in yellow, but it does not come in yellow, so I got it in light gray. Those are, I think that's pretty much it. Benjamin, that would be awesome. He said, imagine a battle pack with 4 Rey figures so that you can recreate the cave scene. I feel like I'm getting so close to being done. Yeah, someone mentioned the other day that the Boyo battle pack would include myself, Garrett, John Cena, and Brick Wiz. Appreciate that, Kevin Rettle. Nice to see you around, man. This is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I mentioned yesterday on the stream, and for you, those of you who weren't here, that I had actually like designed the color swap like years ago, and I knew, you know, whenever I got the time or the money, I was going to go ahead and like buy another Boba Fett Slave one and then color swap it to make the Jango Fett version. And earlier this year, my lug actually gave me an incomplete version of Slave One, of the Boba Fett Slave One, the UCS version, and I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to finally do it. So once I finished up Crate, I am now able to do this, and it's so cool. Like, it's really coming together. You guys can see it. Like, so close, guys. So close. Jay, what is your next video going to be over? I think, so I would like for my next video to be over this, but because the seller that I bought the parts from sent me this in the wrong color, I'm going to have to wait for those to get swapped. And I think I'm also going to put in order to get a second stand to put this on for when I make that video. But there will definitely be a Your Questions Answered this week. I want to do like a Crate cinematic type of video. I took a bunch of pictures of it when we were at Brick Fiesta, so I want to do a video showing like the cool pictures and scenes that I got from that. And I have a few other things I'm going to come out with this week, so you guys can expect a full schedule of videos pretty soon. What's up, BBP Studios? Stop Motion Frame says, Boba Fett or Jango Fett? I've talked to a lot of people about this, and I think... Did I screw that up? Holy crap. I think that Jango Fett is infinitely cooler than Boba Fett. Boba Fett is such a dweeb. Yeah, it's really nice. It is really nice. Yeah, the only thing Boba has over Jango is that he looks cooler. Which I guess is enough for some people. Because I think that's the only reason people like Boba Fett in the first place. And yes, the Boyo Battle Pack would have to come with the Drink Tea build. I'm taking Rex over Fordo. Rex is honestly one of my favorite, probably my favorite clone. I think I like the way Cody looks the most, but Rex is probably my favorite clone. What's up, Fives? Campy, what was your last comment? Says, should I make a custom Snoke using the long woody legs and arms? No. For one, the color would be wrong. What Clone Wars sets do I hope to see in 2019? We discussed this a little bit yesterday. I think we agreed that a gunship would be nice and ATTE as well. Maybe even they throw us a curveball and they do another dropship. Because the gunship came somewhat recently. The dropship, it's been a really long time. So maybe they do a dropship instead. Or they do a dropship and a gunship in the same wave. How about that? Shock the world. Appreciate that, Lewis. Corey says, wait, can the gunships fly in space? Because I don't think it would make sense. The low altitude gunships cannot. The ones with like the ball turrets on the wings, those don't. But the ones where the doors can close fully can fly in space for obvious reasons. Hux, I mentioned earlier, I think I want to do a room tour video for 10,000 subs. Do any of you guys have that original dropship with the ATOT? When I was younger, I had the gunship and I had the ATTE, like the Clone Wars versions. But whenever the dropship came out, I wasn't as into LEGO Star Wars as I had previously been, so I didn't even attempt to try to get it. It was also quite expensive. Like, I don't know if I could have convinced my mom or my grandma to get me that as a gift. Campy says he has it. So, were you, did you have the ATTE as well? I remember I didn't super care about the ATOT, but, like, I would have loved to have had it and, like, connected the ATTE to it. Oh, dude, you're totally right. It could lift up the turbo tank. That might be one of the coolest things Lego ever did. The fact that with that dropship, it could lift the turbo tank, the ATTE, and the ATOT all from that era. That's so freaking cool. I totally forgot about that. Lego should totally do that again. Do a dropship next year. And then alongside it, release like an ATTE. And then after that, release a turbo tank. And then some other walker for it to be able to pick up and drop off. What's up, Aram Fortis? Drink tea, I'll check the Discord whenever I end the stream. Enter, what information are you talking about? Honestly, fives, I like the Clone Wars turbo tank more than the old one and the new one. The old one's really nostalgic, but I think the Clone Wars one, it's bigger and it looks better. Looks more like what it should look like. Yeah, no, it totally could pick up the turbo tank because it had the handle and it was like correctly oriented. And Camp, you're actually right. They wouldn't even need to do another turbo tank. They could just make it to where you just could connect it. I don't know if the weight distribution would work out, but I'm sure they could figure it out somehow. And yeah, Enter, dude, I had totally forgotten about that, but yeah, you totally could do that. All those ships that had the handles on it, like you could have it be picked up by the drop ship. Yeah, fives, and I'm pretty sure it was like a pretty easy modification to get it to be able to pick up the dropship. I mean, to be able to pick up the ATTE. Appreciate that, Forever Lego Studios. How many bags left? 2, actually. It's pretty close to being done, honestly. Thoughts on the Ewok Adventures? What is that? Sounds familiar, I don't know what that is. Is that the old cartoon? Appreciate that, Gonk Droid. Yeah, I never watched the cartoon, so I can't say I have an opinion on it. Thoughts on 7139 Ewok Attack? I get all those Ewok sets confused. Which one exactly is that? What is my favorite set from the upcoming fall line? Right now, it's honestly the Enfys Nest set with the swoop bikes. I have not played the Lego Star Wars Clone Wars game. From 2002, the Catapult and Speeder Bike. Is that... Catapult and Speeder Bike. Did it also come with the, like, Ewok with the big wings on his back? I don't think I own that set. Okay, yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about now. And I like that set, too. I would actually like to have that set. Rogue Rebel says, do you have the 2004 X-Wing with Yoda's hut? No, I do not. But I actually have an interesting story about that. Whenever I was younger, and I would get taken to this one Toys R Us, and they had that set on display for the longest time, like, way after they had the X-Wing. And, like, every time I went in, I would ask them if there was a way I could buy that set because I wanted it so bad. And, I mean, it was right there. Like, I wanted an X-Wing and I wanted, you know, Yoda and the Dagobah build, like his hut. But they would never let me buy it. And then, you know, years later, I realized that it's glued. And I'm happy they didn't end up letting me buy that because I would have been very disappointed to get home and find a glued Lego set. I do not have that AT-AT. In fact, the only Lego AT-AT that I have is the motorized one. Brickwiz, I have 2 bags left, so I guess you can say I'm almost done. Says, what happened to that old gunship you got a few months ago? It's on my shelf over there. I built it. Do you have any Star Wars custom minifigures? I have a custom Phase 2 Cody, but that's it. I guess I technically also have a custom Rebel Friend from Lego Star Wars. So yeah, Cody and Rebel Friend is what I got. What about you guys? Do you guys, any of you have like extensive custom minifigure collections? I was saying the Yoda's hut set at Toys R Us was glued, the display one. And third, I have a question. Do you by any chance have a parts list for your U-Wing? I'd like to buy it soon. No, I didn't glue the set. It was glued. The display was glued. Did you get the like pilot arms with the pockets on them? And third. How many Lego UCS sets do you have? That's a good question. I'll have to count them because I don't know offhand. But let's see. I got the X-Wing, TIE Fighter, newest Snowspeeder, newest Y-Wing, Star Destroyer, Imperial Shuttle, Sandcrawler. I think that's it. 7. How much were the parts I bought for the Kenobi Starfighter mock? I don't remember. And no, it's not leaning on the ATM-6. It's actually, it's on the stand. It's like not even close to the ATM-6. Hey, dude, I don't know if you answered the question. I didn't see it. But do you have a parts list for your U-Wing build? Alright, see you, Campy. Yeah, no, dude, it's such an awesome build. I love it. Jay, what would you do to get a CBCBS swoop bike with Enfys Nest? What is CCBS? Buildable figures. Nah. I don't want that at all. I am cool on that. Oh, sweet. Okay, awesome. Mecha bricks. Thank God. That just made my life so much easier. I want to look that up right now. I just found it. Oh my God. I am so happy right now. That just made my day. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I designed the color swap. The model itself is just Lego's UCS Slave 1. And then I have a question for you. Out of all the ships you designed, which one was the most difficult? Forever Lego Studios. I'm glad you like that that build so much. That was one of those ones I saw it and I immediately was just like, I gotta build that. I'm looking forward to the Clone Wars. Did they really just release a the trailer for Resistance? If they did, I'm about to watch it, and you guys are gonna get a live reaction. Someone confirm that news. Wow. Master Porg, you deserve to be timed out. Sorry, buddy. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. No fake news. Yeet! My favorite clone is Rex. I'm sorry, my favorite clone is Fives. My mistake. Favorite Jedi and favorite Sith. Favorite Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Favorite Sith, Darth Revan. Yeah, I can see how that could become difficult in third. Right now it is 3:09 where I am. Joshua says, what about Plagueis? He made life. I got a question for you guys. So do you guys actually, like, believe the Plagueis story? I get the impression that it was just something that Palpatine, like, it may be partially true, but I don't believe that, like, the way Palpatine told it is 100% the way it went down. I have not seen the film Oblivion. I'm sorry for having a lack of faith, Rogue Rebel. Thoughts on the new UCS Cloud City announcement? I want to go ahead and assume that that's also fake news. They haven't announced that yet. Now, if you want my opinion on the rumors, I'm super excited for it. What Indiana Jones set did you get? Favorite new trilogy character? Either Rey or Finn. Might go with Rey. Maybe Finn. Rey or Finn. I don't know. One of those. Guys, we are so close to being done. Last Crusade set with Henry Jones in it. Okay, cool. Appreciate that, Cena. And not only does it look like it's ready to fly into the asteroid field, but it also looks like it's ready to chase down Obi-Wan's starfighter and miss like 1 million direct hits on it. That's what it looks like. Will I be using the Slave ones and any MOCs? If I ever do a Cloud City, I'd totally use that, and I would love to do that at some point. But I mentioned yesterday, kind of considering doing some sort of like Camino MOC. Using this thing, so who knows? Ender says, always thought the Slave one fit more into the prequel aesthetic. Like, that thing has virtually no straight edges compared to other OT ships. I never thought about that, but you're totally right. It definitely looks more in line with what we expect a prequel ship to look like than the sequel ships. I mean, the original trilogy ships. Hey! Shout out to the most recent subscriber. Of course, I wasn't looking at the screen when it popped up, but thank you so much. Some young boy J stories. Young boy J stories. I don't know. None immediately come to mind. Stick around though. Who knows when some may pop up. What is Star Wars going to do with Leia? That is a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. That's like the big question mark going into Episode 9. What do you guys think? What do you think they'll do with that situation? Do they think they'll ever die off screen? Let's see. Forever Lego Studio says, just completed the front plating of the trench, but Sally had to break my Wampa cave because I had the parts I needed. Are you talking about do you have like the Assault on Hoth set, then the Wampa cave from that, or are you talking about like, I guess they released like the dedicated set that was a Wampa cave. Sachapal says, Lucasfilm hinted that the exposure to space is slowly killing her through the Poe Dameron comic. That's interesting. You know, that you may be onto something. I could totally see that as them being, as that being the way that they kind of write her out. Kylo kills because he has no heart. Kylo is an evil boy. What's up, Donnie Kurz? And yes, I did see that Just Too Good accidental face reveal reflection thing from that Kylo Ren TIE Silencer review. Lego desperately needs to remake the Tantive 4. If it were up to me, that would be like the big UCS set they do next year for the 20th anniversary. Oh god. What is the name of that female Gungan from that Blue Shadow Virus episode? Yu Zhang Vong should not become canon. What an awful story from the EU. And third, when do you plan to do an actual face reveal? Thoughts on Admiral Holdo? She's a fine character. I like her dynamic with Leia. Like, I like their relationship, but she's not, like, amazing or anything. Probably once I start exhibiting at some shows, kind of have to there. I gotcha. Any interest in coming up to the U.S. for a Brick World? And then you should totally wear a hockey mask like Jason. Says, are you going to ever change to the grain to something more screen accurate for Jango Slave 1? It's pretty screen accurate. If you guys look it up, like, there's a lot of grain on Jango Slave 1. I was quite surprised by it too, but no, this is as screen accurate as I can get it. Josh says, yo, why does Poe get demoted for destroying Death Dreadnought, but the commander of the rebels who took down the Death Star didn't? Poe was ordered to retreat, and he didn't. That's why he was demoted. I think Poe is definitely going to be leading the Resistance in Episode 9. I think that's kind of how they groomed him in Episode 8 to be set up. You know, by the end, Leia's like, you know, listen to him. He's giving the orders. Yes, Kylo is the ultimate traitor. The problem is no one knows it yet. Hux definitely doesn't know. There's no way Hux would, like, keep that information if he knew. Hux would do anything to undermine Kylo. Can I do a review of the Jango Fett Slave 1 soon? Yeah, I'll do it as soon as, like I said, that seller gets me those parts in the correct color. And I also gotta order some parts for the stand. But once I do that, I'll definitely get a review on this bad boy. Do I like mustard? No. I actually hate mustard. The parts, let me see if I can lift this. Right here, the seller sent me them in dark gray. They should be dark blue. Reylo will definitely not be canon. I would not allow it. If it doesn't end up being Rey and Finn, I'll be very disappointed. Rin. JC says, well, I stand corrected. I've seen a lot of other MOCs that have more gray or black. Yeah, getting source material for this thing has been kind of weird, honestly. Like, it's been hard to find one definitive source, but I think I'm pretty confident in what I ended up with. Nah, man, it has to be Finn and Rey. Why would they spend all that time setting that up just for nothing? It's gonna be Finn and Rey. My heart tells me it's gonna be Finn and Rey. Xavier says Dave Filoni should be the new CEO of Lucasfilms. I'm not with that one. Why do you need white pneumatic T-pieces for your X-Wing? I play a little Battlefront 2. My favorite class is Heavy. Yeah, why would they make an animation man in charge of production for Star Wars movies? And like, Dave, I've given my thoughts on Dave Filoni many times, and no. Guys, it's gonna be Ren or Faye. Luke and Ten Numb. Shout out to Ten Numb for actually surviving past crate. Whoever would have thunk it. What is your most disliked part of The Last Jedi? The kiss. The kiss. Rose needs to back off. Thank you, Roanoke Handy Buck. And yes, 9 num is way too OP. That's probably my biggest problem with The Last Jedi. Why'd they have to make 9 num so OP? 9 num's a Mary Sue. There's no way he could have survived crate. Any chance you'd build the U-Wing on a live stream? Probably not. Only because I would like... There would be so many pieces, and it's not like, you know, I could... I don't know, it would just be a bit much to do on a live stream. Like, whenever I do, like, a set, it's much easier. Because everything's kind of pre-packaged, and I can, you know, grab a bag, and I don't have to have a million parts all around me at once. But, for that, I'm just imagine there would be so many parts everywhere, and it would get, like, out of hand really quickly, so... I don't know. The dinosaur-looking dude is Coleman Trevor. I haven't looked through that file, but entered. How many parts is your U-Wing? With everyone talking about the Clone Wars lately, I'm making my personal goal for today to watch the arcs that they uploaded on YouTube, like the unfinished episodes. That's going to be my plan whenever I get this thing finished up. Do you think LEGO will make a Home 1 set? Eventually, yes. I don't think anytime soon, though, to be quite honest. Don't you guys hate it when you end up with a ton of wedge plates on one side? So I have all these white wedge plates, and all these are our right side, and I can't find a single left. SMH. The dude from the Sweekles who is friends with Poe, what's his name? Poe has a... What do you mean? Lor San Tekka? Finn, BB-8. I feel like you can be talking about so many people. Dude, I had no idea your Ewing was 2,200 pieces. I guess it makes sense. The X-Wing's like a little over 1,000, but holy crap. Yeah, you're talking about Snap Wexley? Like, you could, I felt like you could be referring to so many people. What was the worst UCS set? I feel like Assault on Hoth is the easy target, but I don't think it's actually the worst UCS set. I don't know, maybe like the Darth Maul bust. The original X-Wing. Jay Sayala says, I displayed with a Dorier at Brick World. Okay, cool. At least the Darth Maul was UCS. Assault on Hoth is a playset, the total opposite. I don't feel that UCS and playsets have to be mutually exclusive. I'm fine with a playset UCS set as long as it's, you know, in the spirit of UCS. You know, it's large scale, great detail, things like that. The dinosaur-looking dude who was friends with Poe in the sequels. Dinosaur-looking dude who was friends with Poe. What are you... I have no clue what you're talking about, to be quite honest. What scene does he appear in? But the UCS Hoth is cold, just like Hoth. You can't hate. That is true. When they take control of the Radis Bridge. Are you talking about the Abednito? I don't know his name. I call him Asti Part 2. Oh, apparently it's Kai Thraranil. Did you know that? Like, just... Did you actually know that? Alright, we are so close to being done, guys. Check that out. So close. So close. Just gotta finish up this side and we'll be good to go. Entered. He's definitely talking about the Abednito, but he's talking about the one from The Last Jedi. This is definitely not a Peruvian water. It is a Kroger brand. The ATM6 head is somewhat right here. I don't know where the rest of the parts of it are. And the legs are in like a suitcase somewhere around here. Did you expect me to be short? Let's do a little game. Who is the tallest person in the chat right now? And don't lie. If you lie, you'll be kicked out, and I will find out. Brickwiz, there you go. See? Brickwiz is in timeout. Told you guys, don't lie. Looks like Luke is in the lead at 6'7". Guys, can we keep it to feet and inches? I have no intuition when it comes to centimeters or meters. Alright, apparently Luke is not 6'7". Okay. I think someone was 6'3". Someone was 6'3" and someone was like 6'3.5". I'm gonna guess the person who's 6'0". Oh, Jamin Grove is 6'3.25", so I think he's in the lead. No, hair pieces do not count. Actually, I think I gotta grab some parts to do the other side of this thing. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take a short break, probably about 15 minutes. And then I am going to come back and we'll get this thing finished up. I just got to do the other side and we'll be good to go. So I got to grab some parts. Probably going to grab a snack. Go back in 15. So you guys, I'll leave the chat open. You can talk amongst yourselves. And we'll get this thing going as soon as I get back. So see you guys very soon. We are back. Just in time to finally get this thing put together. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Dr. Zombies in the house? What's up, Kevin Reddle? Forever Lego Studios, what's up, boyo? Austin, I swear your invite's in the mail, dude. I swear. What's up, Kev? Got drink yeet. The boyos are back in town. What's up, Luke Ryder Thompson? It's always a pleasure seeing all you guys in the chat. What's up, Nico? And they said, hey Jay, something I need to ask you. How does my V1 and V2 X-Wings compare strength-wise? You're the only person I know that is both versions built. I'd probably say V2 is slightly better. Not a lot, but it's a step above the old one in terms of structure. Dude, the fact that someone made an XML of your parts list for the U-Wing like has me super excited right now. I thought I was gonna have to go back through and like eyeball each piece and try to make a parts list for it like I did for the X-Wing, but I'm glad I won't have to. Appreciate that, Ryder. Jay, do you have any MOCs planned ready to plan, or y'all taking it easy for a bit? So I'm going to be doing a mock of Vardos from Battlefront 2 once we get everything from crate sorted. I don't know if you saw, but we basically ended up destroying it. So we have a bunch of like parts and boxes that we need to sort out. I'm not sure what Garrett's going to do. I think he's been floating the idea around of doing like a Jakku with his Kylo Ren shuttle, but I'm not entirely sure what he's going to do. Jay, you should use the U-Wing mock in a Scarif mock part 2. I would love to do a Scarif part 2. And if I did, you can bet that I'd be putting an insert U-Wing in it. I would be doing the most recent Battlefront 2. So in the campaign... Do I have the instructions for the Kenobi ship? I have the LDD file. Just shoot me a message on Instagram with your email, and I'll send you an email with the LDD file. I'm making the space part of the surface of the planet. I'm doing the surface of the planet. So I'm basically going to be, like, building the entire part of, like, the mission. I've been building the entire mission. So, like, when you start off on, like, the landing platform, you hop out of the Corvus, you walk around, you see all the people being taken captive by the Imperials. Then you go into the big tower, going to be building that, as well as the courtyard. Then, of course, you end up defecting, and you have to, like, run through the other courtyard and shoot all the stormtroopers. So and then you hijack the AT-AT. So I'm basically going to be building, like, every part of the mission. You want me to post a picture on Discord of this build? I'll do it. See ya, First Order Lego. Thanks for stopping by, man. And you put a picture up of every angle. I feel like I'd be better off just sending you the LED file and you can just rotate it yourself. And yeah, the wing mechanism on version 2 is so much better than the wing mechanism on version 1. Like, oh my god. If I keep my version 1 intact long enough, I'll do some sort of comparison. So did you do Jango Fett color swap for the UCS one, or did you just do it for the normal one? UCS, okay, gotcha. Will we be seeing you on Bricks and Bits? Maybe. If they invite me, I'll be happy to go on. Jay, is Lego life? Well, absolutely. It's not even a question. Definitely. If Lego ain't your life, you live in life wrong. Do you think we'll ever get an updated TIE Bomber? I would say we probably will at some point. My favorite battle pack ever is definitely the Utapau battle pack. The First Order Transport Speeder Battle Pack, however, is a very close second for me. Were there any parts that were expensive to find in the right color for this? Not really. Like I mentioned, it only took me about like $35 to get all the colors to swap them, so I don't consider that particularly expensive. I guess, Lewis, we can have different ideas of what you consider like a rare piece. Yeah, that was a pretty cool battle pack. It came with 4 of the Fleet Troopers. Dude, I can't wait for this thing to be complete either. What's up, Norlego? Welcome back. Hey, what's up, Vozio? Also known as Anthony Matera. I definitely remember that name. And do you have an extensive minifig collection? Do you army build, my friend? I remember that droid battle pack. I think I got 2 of those. I got 2 of each of those battle packs. I remember when they came out. Ooh. This will be interesting. That assassin droid battle pack, I did not care for at all. Favorite under $40 set? Do you mean currently or all time? Says, for the Hothmok, should I get Inther's X-Wing, then Larry Lar's Snowspeeder, or vice versa? I say go with the Snowspeeder first, just because it's more crucial to have a Snowspeeder than the X-Wing on Hoth. And the Snowspeeder's a little bit cheaper. So, Lewis, you got like a bunch of half-finished stop motions laying around somewhere? I really do want to get back into stop motion. I have so many what I would consider creative ideas for it. I think you guys would really get a kick out of it. I have not been to Denmark, no. Favorite set under 40 of all time or currently? So currently, probably the Octo set. Episode old Luke, can't go wrong with that. All time? I'll have to think about that. I have to like look through my collection and see what was under $40. Says I'm definitely going to be using the Snowspeeder from Prequel. That's a nice Snowspeeder as well. I think I prefer Larry Lars a little bit more, but I mean that you can't go wrong with that one. Let's see. Did you send me the photo of those figs? You have them so nicely displayed. Wow. Alright, that's pretty cool. Let's see, you got Max Rebo in there. Crucial to anyone's collection. It's going pretty good splat. I'm almost done, actually. Yeah, I saw your message. I'll shoot you the file whenever I finish streaming. Lewis says, one day I'd like to have every Lego minifigure from 1999 to 2007. Why stop at 2007? I feel like all the best figures came out, like, 2012 and onwards. That's when the detail just got really good, in my opinion. What did Jamin ask? Says, is it more accurate for X-Wings and Snowspeeders to be light gray or white? Oh boy. That is the million-dollar question. That is the million-dollar question. I generally side on white X-Wings, gray Snowspeeders. What about you guys? Blue or green milk. It's all about that green milk, dog. See, my logic is always white for X-Wings because they're clearly a different color to the Death Star, which is obviously light gray. Yeah, exactly. So what about Snowspeeders? I like gray Snowspeeders because I feel like those are also like clearly a distinct color from white. Yeah, if Lego just mass-produced pieces in very light gray, we could totally avoid this debate. Yeah, you should definitely use light gray snow speeders for your Hoth mock. I remember on Eurobricks, like, there was this, I don't know if you saw it, Enter, but there was this just long debate on, like, whether or not the Millennium Falcon would look better in white or light gray. And it went on forever. And, like, people were, like, taking ODD files of the Falcon and making it white and saying, like, oh, this is closer to what it should be. And it's funny because now we have an actual white Falcon on shelves. This was a while back. Hey, shout out to Rogue Rebel. His Hoth Rebel Troopers came in. Which ones did you get? Here's a question for the chat. How do you guys feel about Lego's snow speeders? Do you like them? Hate them? At this point, I'm just not a fan of those, like, at all. Jay, going to be done before 3 because I have to leave around 3. I don't know what time zone you're in, but I should be done in about 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure 4483 only came in old gray. Yeah, no, Lego's so lazy when it comes to snow speeders. It's pretty disappointing. Do you think that Kyle looks up to Vader, or do you think he is just jealous of him? I think he definitely looks up to him. I wouldn't say Kyle is jealous because he ends up saying, you know, like, I'm going to finish what you started. So clearly he feels Vader fell in at least some way. And he wants to kind of build on that. I wouldn't call that jealousy. UCS Snowspeeder, I'm not surprised that it's white, because Lego does that, but, I mean, I would like it better if it were gray. Jay, would you like to see Lego make a Porg battle pack including 8 Porgs and a fire to be cooked on? That would be lovely. Any way for me to get like a massive amount of Porgs, I'd be down with. Question, what about a Snowspeeder mock in old light gray? I am not a fan of old light gray at all. I would never build anything in that color. Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to the UCS Porg as well. I'm like low-key considering getting a couple of them. I would like a Wookiee battle pack where we could get a Wookiee that's not the Rebels version, not Chewbacca, not Tarful. Campy, I'm not going to give you my phone number, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, a lot of people will try to convince me that, like, it's good to use old gray for weathering. And while I definitely see where they're coming from, my biggest issue is, well, I have two big issues. One, the old gray, it's just an ugly color. Like, it looks disgusting. It's not an appealing color. And when you use it with Lego is innately blocky, obviously, so it's hard to make it look like natural weathering. To me, it just always looks like the person didn't care to, like, use all one color. They just used whatever they had, and it looks almost lazy to me. So I don't know. In very specific circumstances, does it look nice when people, like, mix the two colors. What's up, Dalek? Are you the real Dalek? Did I mod Dalek? Let's see. Let's do some investigation. That is indeed the real Dalek. All right, cool. What's up, dog? Can the real Dalek Bricks please stand up? Can the real Stormy Bricks please stand up? What's up, Pink Pufferfish? Thank you, Ryan Studios. Appreciate that. That there. All depends on the type of build, I guess, and the old gray part itself. Yeah, I don't know. I found it that just I don't care for the usage of old gray. Jay, got your sig fig finished? Send me a picture of it. I'm guessing I'm going to be one of the Hoth Rebels. It is getting pretty bombad in here. We got 46 people watching right now. These streams have been doing pretty well. That brings warm feelings to my heart, as Yoda would say. Seeing all of you in the chat brings warm feelings to my heart. What's up, Solid Rex Bricks? Yeah, everyone, smash the like button if you haven't already. Show some love. You should make a Slave 2 mock. What was the worst part about the prequels? Oh my god. I can go all day. Worst part about the prequels. I'll keep it short. Worst part about the prequels is the poorly written characters. No one's written to be relatable. There's no clear protagonist. Pretty sure Wolf is blue. I totally forgot to point out Vin Diesel on the second day. And I should definitely be done before then forever, like Yosti is. I'm actually almost done. Appreciate that, Pancake Face Productions. I do find it interesting how in these streams, like, people seem to come in waves. Like, randomly throughout the stream, like, an influx of people will just come in. And now we're at 49 people watching right now. It's interesting. So close to being done, guys. Your boy is still here, though. Appreciate that, Commander Creed. People psychology. When I worked in a shop, I noticed the same thing. I guess you do too in Lego Store. Yeah. What's your favorite Star Wars game? Definitely Knights of the Old Republic. If anyone in this chat has played Knights of the Old Republic, show some love right now. Here's some food for thought on the Snow Speeders. 4 stud wide cockpits are too wide. 3 would be more accurate. Brick-built cockpits for the win. Yeah, 3 wide is ideal. I think ideally you would want like 4 wide at the bottom and it could like bevel off at like 3 wide at the very top. I think that would be ideal for the cockpit on Snow Speeders. Lego Star Wars Complete Saga is great too. The red shoes I had on at Brick World Chicago were Nike Quasis. I wouldn't say Complete Saga was my childhood, but Lego Star Wars 1 and 2 is definitely my childhood. Lego Star Wars 1 specifically. So close to being done. Just gotta, I guess, build these last guns and then we're good to go. I wish Lego made a UCS V-Wing. It would be interesting, but very cool since I love that ship. V-Wing's a decent ship. Kind of the precursor to the TIE Fighter, I suppose. Jay, did you do a sport, bro? No. Oh my god. The stand I don't have the parts for. I'll need to buy those. Jeez. He did a really good job playing his head when it fell off. Come on, Stormy. Someone should have started a GoFundMe for young Boba when his father had his head cut off. Campy, I'm almost done, man. I'm trying. I'm trying. So if you weren't at the Lego store, what job do you think you'd like to do? Well, Lego store is not my career job. I'm in computer science, so I'll end up doing something with that. As for like a side job, I don't know. Something where I could get a discount on Lego, I guess. Toys R Us was actually the first job I applied for, and they didn't respond to me. So yeah, joke's on them. Exactly. If I was hired, Toys R Us would still be around today. Alright, guys. I think we got ourselves a Jango Fett Slave 1. Check it out. Finally did it. Actually, I'll go ahead and... Jeez, I'm gonna have to fix that. Got Jango and Boba in there. And there we go. Yeah, this is a really... One of the first things I noticed about this set was just how sturdy it is. Like, the fact that I can hold this like this is just amazing. Oh. Alright. I'm going to take off the Boba. It's so surreal that I have two of these now. There we go. Jango is riding in style. That is so freaking cool, guys. That is so freaking cool. I guess I need to get that sticker that goes here. I think I'd probably order a sticker set for it so I can have the plaque on the other stand as well. But yeah. How about it? This is so freaking cool. I can't believe I have a Jango Fett Slave one finally. Am I planning on making any alterations to it? Beyond this, not really, no. Not really, no. Here, actually, I'll do you guys one better. So we got this Starfighter MOC, and we got the Slave 1 chasing it. How about that? And of course, she's shooting at it like a mile a minute, like pew, 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 pew. And Obi-Wan's just like dodging everything. Then he ends up floating away on the rock. This is so freaking cool. I want to get a stand for this, honestly, so I can have them both like chasing each other, or one chasing the other. How cool is this, guys? Got my Delta 7, and I got my Jango Fett Slave 1. This makes me so happy. So in the film, Jango would have sent Boba to go get into the Slave 1 while he's out here fist fighting Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know where my Obi-Wan figure is, honestly. But yeah, this is so freaking cool, guys. It says, did you adapt it to the colors yourself? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. This makes me so happy. Oh, Boba, no. How many of you guys remember that one mission from Lego Star Wars where you have to fight Jango Fett? And I think Jango's like... I think Jango gets in the Slave 1 by this point, but it like rises up and it just blasts the heck out of you, and you got to get R4 to go like activate the like turrets to shoot this thing down. And it's just like... Oh, man. I'm having way too much fun with this. Yeah, I'll put Obi-Wan in his Delta 7. Alright, see you, Commander Creed. Dalek says, I'm at the corner bakery right now and it's really cold in here. You could say it's cold like ha. What's up, Eggy Egghead? Yeah, I feel like a kid again playing with these things. I never owned a Jango Fett Slave 1, so this is like so cool for me. We did it, guys. We did it. It says, when you get the 2002 Jango, will you put it in there? I actually have the 2002 Jango, and I wouldn't put him in this. I want to get the most recent Jango Fett to put him in here. And yes, this is a nostalgic moment for me. It's just so freaking cool. Like, to not only just to have the Delta 7, but to have, like, a scaled Jango Fett Slave 1 chasing it down. This is so freaking cool to me. Alright. That's going to finish it up today, guys. I got 2 Slave 1s. I can't believe it. Joshua says, come on, Dad! Fire! Boba had some of the best lines in all Star Wars. Okay, yeah, so that's going to finish it up. Thanks to everyone who stayed with me through this joyous process. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. And I'll see you guys again very soon. So if you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button. If you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would sincerely appreciate it. And I'll be back again very soon. I want to make a video on that Jango Slave 1. First, I just need to get those replacement parts in because the seller sold me the wrong color. And I also need to get some more parts to get like a second stand so I can have both of these standing up together. And you guys will see the video after that. So take care, guys. It was a great time, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.